gentlemen, thank you for embarking on a journey and a vision that's bigger than yourself. Tonight, I want to introduce our leader of the pack, Mr. Kenny E. Lloyd, an amazing father and devoted husband to Shantae Lloyd. Mr. Lloyd loves helping people, and he loves helping people and love helping people make money. He definitely knows how to do that. But what I love most about Mr. Lloyd is that I watched him over a decade help people change lives all over the world. Mr. Lloyd loves to have a good time while doing it, and he definitely has all the facts. He's a visionary, a creator, and an amazing leader. So let me introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, our very own leader of the pack, Mr. Kenny E. Lloyd. Take it over.
Krishan, thank you. You almost made me believe that. Hey, thank you very much. Hey, everybody. And again, I want to thank Krishan. Krishan is somebody that has been, been on this journey with us and continues on the journey, and I just love it a life because it's just great to have some loyal people that really are willing to lend their gifts and talents to make things happen. So I want to get right into this. I want to listen. I don't personally do presentations. I believe in conversation. So I want to have a conversation with you about a business opportunity. And when I say that, I think there's certain things that you should look at when thinking about getting into a business in the industry of network marketing. And I think one thing that you really have to look at is you have to look at, when you're looking at a company, you want to know about the leadership of the company. I mean, I think that who the leadership is important. You want to make sure that that your spirit and the leadership's spirit, your vision and the leadership's vision is in sync, and you want to feel it, because a lot of people say it and really don't mean it. For me, when I had a chance to talk with the principals of Govvi, because I was looking at merging my company, Tava. I was the past CEO of Tava, and I say past because we're transitioned into Govvi, and I'm not going to go deep into that. But what happens is that Tava was in business for 4 years, and the one thing I looked at going into the end of 2023, going into 2024 was, what could I do to make to create an environment that was much more competitive for the people who believed in me. What could I, what moves could I make? What made sense? And what really made sense was to merge with a company that was bigger, that had the things that we didn't have. So I went on a journey looking for a match, because I had several companies that were very interested in merging with us. But I was looking for something very specific. And when I talked to these gentlemen, one of them you're going to get a chance to hear from tonight, but I talked to 3 gentlemen that were the principals of the company. This was on a Friday night. And we talked for about 40 minutes and really got into really kind of getting to know each other and our philosophies on business. And what really attracted me is that we were going into the Christmas holiday. And we talked on a Friday night. And Monday morning at 7 a.m., these guys flew in, drove to my home, and sat with me and Shantae, my wife, and my wife cooked for them. And we really chopped it up and really talked about face to face about, what my plans were, what my vision was. And I thought that was important to me, because there were some other companies that didn't do that. And also, it let me know that they were ready to move, that they were hungry. And you want to couple yourself up with a company that is very hungry. All right. So the leadership is very important. So I'm very pleased with these guys that we're working with now. So the leadership is important. And also what's important is the vision. Does the leader or the leadership, do they have a vision for where they want to be in the next 5 years? And is this a vision that you can subscribe to? And does it feel like it's an authentic vision? And I really love the vision they have, but it's not just a vision that they had. Now it's a vision that we all share. I shared with them. They subscribe to the vision that they had, and they subscribe to my vision, that we have. And it's really, and I really love the fact that they were about people. In our conversations, I kept hearing them more than money. They were talking about helping people and elevating people. And that's the same language I spoke. So that was important to me. I think the next thing is that we wanted to make sure that we coupled up with a company that had a compensation plan that average people could come in and win, that people could come in and make an extra $500 to $2,000 a month. And it wasn't very complicated to make that happen. And we found that in Govvi. Uh, Another thing was, you could talk about the money all day long and the money be incredible. But what about the products? See, we wanted to make sure that the products that we were merging over here would complement, and vice versa, that the products they had would complement our products. And man, we struck gold with that. And you're going to get a chance to hear about that. And and finally, we want something where people could really elevate. We wanted a company where people could really just have fun, because I mean, this industry, really, when you have hope and you're chasing your dream, you want to have fun along the way. And we found that out too. Uh, just a little bit about me. I've been in this industry now since 2008, and man, this industry has changed my world. I didn't get involved into the industry until I was 50 years old, and what happened at that time, man, I was broke, and I mean, I'm talking about broke. As some of you, I'm talking about broke as hell. And what happened was that I had somebody turn me on to a company and turn me on to it and say, Kenny, listen, you want to take a look at this? And when you're broke, you just don't have the luxury, especially when you're broken down responsibilities as a man. You don't have the luxuries to turn your nose up to opportunities. And it was an opportunity in network marketing. And I took a look at it and it made sense to me. We got in it. And I will tell you from that point on, the long story short, I think the two greatest days in a person's life is the day they were born and the day that they discovered what they were born to do, what their purpose was. And at that moment, I discovered that my purpose was network marketing. And from that point on, man, I mean, like you knew that I knew that we met what God had in store for us to do, because without a lot of knowledge of the industry, man, we started having a lot of success immediately. And we got it. We were extremely blessed. We were blessed for people to join us who knew more than us. And we were blessed because we went on to be an example. Our story really helped and motivated a lot of people because we traveled the world sharing our story. And it was a story about struggle, about being lost, but getting found. And that's what I really love about this industry. But I can talk about my story all day long, but I don't want to get into that. I really want to talk about getting to the guts of why this is a great business decision to team up with this with this company Govvi. And so what I like to do first is I like to delve into the products. I mean, look, you can have a compensation plan where you make all the money in the world, but if the products don't work, and the thing I love about them, these products just don't work. These products give immediate gratification. And what does that mean? They work immediately, the vast majority of them. And the ones that don't work immediately, they work shortly after immediately. So the products work. And I love that. And we feel so good about it is that we have a sampling program where we let you sometimes, in a lot of cases, we let you try it before you buy it. And you got to know any company that will do that with their products, let you test drive them. They know that when you come back off of that ride that you're going to want to buy the car. So you're going to want the products, I guarantee you. So having said that, one thing about us, I believe this, when you have people that you're bringing to your business, it's very important that those products are not going to harm anybody, and that those products are actually what they say they are, that the products are good for people. And the blessing that we have, and we've had, is that we have somebody that has got to know, has become a friend of mine that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And her name is Dr. Grace, but Dr. Grace is an MD. And she loved what we were doing, and she joined our previous company. And man, she was our resident MD. I mean, like she lent her gifts and talents. She shared with us about the product. She gave testimonies about the wondrous things that the products really did for us. And we know we don't give any medical testimonies, but we just speak the truth about what the ingredients do and the benefits of them. So she has moved on. She has transitioned with us, and we're blessed to have her. And I mean, she's a very beautiful person, but she is very knowledgeable. And I can't wait for you all to meet her and hear her share about our products. So having said that, I'd like to introduce you all to Dr. Grace. Dr. Grace, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you for that amazing introduction, Mr. Lloyd. I am so glad to be here on this occasion. I'm so
Yes.
super excited. So let's just get right into it. I know you said you wanted me to talk about our the new products, but you also want me to talk about our staple products first. So we're going to talk about the Vacia Detox Tea. I'm an avid believer as a medical doctor. If your gut is not healthy, you're not healthy. So vacía in Spanish means to move out. So it's a little sachet. You put in 6 to 8 ounces of water. You drink it, and within 6 to 8 hours, you will have an experience to move all that gunk out of the gut. And then following that, I highly recommend you replenish what you got rid of, which is probiotics or biotics in the gut, which is the good and the bad, which is our Flare capsule, which is phenomenal because it has 7 probiotics in it. So you cleaned yourself out with the tea, with the dextrin fiber, and everything that is in that tea, the senna, to give that mild gastric motility, to get that gut moving, to move it out. And then the Flare capsule also has a proprietary blend of B vitamins and inositol, CoQ10, which is good for cardiovascular health. It has chromium in it. I can go on and on and on, and cinnamon to help with glucose regulations. But as Mr. Lloyd said, we cannot make any medical claims in regards to any natural product to say that they diagnose, cure, or treat, but I can actually explain to you how the products work in the body synergistically together, and I can do that. And then our other product, which is a liquid vitamin, because now you done cleaned your gut out, you have replenished it with the probiotics, because there's two type of bacteria that grows in the gut. There's good and there's bad. And the bad actually produces chemicals that communicates with the brain to eat unhealthy, because when we were developing and being formed in utero or in our mother's belly, there's a dermatome that goes to make the brain and the gut. And so that bad bacteria says, hey, I want sugar. I want cookies, cakes, candies, donuts, because I need that sugar to grow. And then, and so a lot of people feel like they're undisciplined, they don't have the willpower, and all of that kind of stuff. No, there's an actual biochemical process that is happening into the body, which our products help reverse that, right? So after you clean out and get rid of that bad bacteria and some of the good, you use the Flare to replenish, to minimize and reduce those cravings for those things that are not healthy for you. And then after you cleaned out, then we have the Valet 30, which is the liquid vitamin. You just take a capful every day. On the whole back of that bottle, it lists everything that is in there, from vitamin A, vitamin C, which is in the super fruits. You get 85% of your daily recommended vitamin D, which is a pro-hormone, which helps make hormones in the body, but also helps with your immune system. And that Valet 30, you have 300% of your daily recommended biotin, which is good for skin, hair, and nails. The psyllium is in there. It's also good for skin, hair, and nails. Zinc, also good for skin, hair, and nails, but zinc is also helps with the immune system as well. You again get some more CoQ10. You get inositol. You get tart cherry juice for those joints, glucosamine for those joints. For those of you who are maturing, that liquid vitamin is very, very important. And why is liquid vitamin? I'm an avid component of that, because part of my practices, we do IV infusion therapy with vitamins. And so the next best thing after having it go directly in the vein is liquid, because you get 85% absorbency rate with the liquid vitamin. So we took the tea, clean things out, replenished with the Flare, and then we take the liquid vitamin to put everything in order and replenish, so we can have the nutrients that we need. I myself had a health and wellness journey where I gained over 50 pounds, and the Valet 30 and the Flare is my staple every single day. That is what I take before I leave the house, before I go to the gym. I do that every single day. Now let's dive into our Govvi products. All right. These are some amazing products. We're going to start off with the wow, which will, after you do the detox and all of that, the wow is a proprietary blend of supplements that have um, green tea extract in it and coffee bean extract in it. Why is that important? Green tea is a potent antioxidant. All right, and then the coffee bean extract helps suppress and reduce appetite. Okay, and then it also have in it some other things. Cinnamon bark extract. Cinnamon is very, very important in glucose regulation, and cinnamon has a whole lot of benefits, and it's in the capsule. Now, this capsule, they may recommend that you take twice a day, but you need to take it within a 8-hour period, and they may ask that you take it before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because it gives you so much energy. You don't want to take it too so late in the day where you can't get to sleep at night. So that is the wow. And then after the wow, we have the pow. All right, the POW is a apple cider vinegar gummy. Do you guys remember back, maybe I would say within the last 7 to 10 years, apple cider vinegar, you saw on social media people taking apple cider vinegar for weight release, weight reduction from a particular company, and they were actually drinking the liquid, and a lot of people couldn't tolerate it. Some people were having stomach irritation, and being that it is a mild acid, it could bother the teeth enamel. But this formula is in a gummy. You only have to take 2 a day, and it has so many medicinal purposes: fat burning, help regulating the metabolism. As you know, it has been known to, apple cider vinegar has been known to help burn belly fat, and it also has been known to help regulate blood pressure. Again, not making any medical claims, but that is what they list if you were to read that in regards to that. So now we have cleaned out the gut, put those probiotics in, took the liquid vitamin, and then we don't want to be eating and be ravished throughout the day. And so we're so hungry that we're not making good food choices. That's where the wow comes in, and we take the pow to help with that metabolism and burn that fat. Now, this one that I'm going to talk about now is the boost, is very, very important. I'm so glad this is an addition to our product line. It is a liposomal glutathione, and I know that's a scientific term, but that's what it is. And glutathione, you can Google it and see all the medicinal purposes of glutathione. This capsule helps your body produce it. Glutathione is produced at the level of the liver, and it is an antioxidant, and it is also known staple for anti-aging. And so how does it work? It works at the level of the cell, and being that it's liposomal, that means it has a high absorbency rate to get into those cells to help your body make its own glutathione, because as we mature, we make less of it. So why is glutathione very, very important? Because it helps fight free radicals. Your body is not the same. Every 128 days, believe it or not, you're a new person. And so when those cells are being destroyed or being replenished or replaced, I should say, there is what we call free radicals, which are the negative charged ions that are in the body. And the glutathione helps combat that. So if you have too many free radicals, it is a breeding ground for disease. A person can be tired and sluggish. It actually ages a person. So we can't make any medical claims, but glutathione, if you read it, Google it, you will see that it's at the top of the list for anti-aging, and we do have that product, and I'm super duper excited about that. Now, another product that we have is what we call our smart coffee. Woo, woo, woo. I am a coffee connoisseur. I love coffee. I don't like everybody's coffee, but I love this. You guys know trending now is mushroom coffee with adaptogens in it. And we have that added to our arsenal of health and wellness. And one of the things that is in it is what we call maca root. And ours is from Peru. And maca root has known for enhancing energy, stamina, and mood. It is an ancient superfood, so it's not something that just came from out of nowhere. But if you look in the ancient Mayans and go way, way back, maca root has been around for a very, very long time. So it's nothing new, but it's in this coffee. It is an instant coffee. And along with that, we also have in our instant coffee reishi mushroom. Yes, it's the mushroom known as the mushroom of immortality. So we have another anti-aging product in our coffee. And the beauty of this coffee, it is gluten-free, non-GMO, which means it's not genetically modified. It's keto friendly for those of you who do high protein diets, or it won't interfere with that process, and it has no soy. I am advocate component of staying away from soy. And you're probably like, well, why do you not say stay away from soy? Soy is a product that can be act as a hormone in the body. It can increase estrogen levels, primarily in women and men. And so you want to stay away from soy products. And most of the soy products out there are genetically modified, which means that they have messed with its genome to produce it or to make it. So this coffee is instant. You just put some hot water in it and you drink it. So again, we have the tea to clean that gut out. We have the flare that help replenish the probiotics and help with glucose regulation. We have the Liquid Valley 30 with 85% absorbency to get all those vitamins and nutrients in. We take the wow to help us with our energy. And so we can help suppress our appetite for those of you on your weight wellness journey. And then we have the POW, the apple cider vinegar, that helps with the metabolism and also help with fat burning to get rid of that belly fat, that little pooch, right? And then we have this coffee that has the adaptogens, which I forgot to mention. Adaptogens, if you know, to adapt, also counteracts stress hormones, which is truly, truly amazing in this coffee, which is the maca root and the reishi mushroom in here that is known for as the mushroom of immortality, that helps with a whole lot of things. You can also Google that too. One of the things, again, we can't make any medical claims, but part of that list, it talks about prevention of brain demise, of Alzheimer's disease, help with diabetes, and a whole list of diseases that are out there that this coffee can act constitutive to those processes in our line of products. They work together, all right? They work synergistically. And I'm super duper excited to be part of Govvi and the product line they have made available for your health and wellness journey. Now, what I want to do next is give you an introduction to one of the founders of Govvi. His name is Burke Green. He has 100% of the information. He has made it his life mission to help everyone under the sound of my voice to be healthy, because your health is your wealth, and also to enjoy the wealth that you will create by being part of this business, because you want to be able to enjoy your money and health. You don't want to be sick and not able to enjoy the money that you make. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Burke Green.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction, Dr. Grace. Excited to be on this call. Excited to be with you. I can tell you, 2024 is going to be an incredible year for everyone that within the sound of my voice. My name is Bert Green. I'm one of the co-founders of Govvi, along with my partners, Lance Conrad and Angel Rodriguez. And I just want to tell you a little bit about ourselves, just so you know a little bit about my background. I've been doing this industry on a full-time basis for over 30 years. I've been able to build some pretty sizable organizations. Now, in 30 years, I haven't been company after company after company after company, primarily with 3 companies. With those 3 companies, I was founding distributors with those. We were distributors. We know what it's like to struggle, to do Zoom calls, to do meetings, to drive and have nobody show up. We know all those different things. And I can tell you, in 33 years of doing this industry, I've kind of had a love-hate relationship with this industry. I've loved it for what it's done for me and my family. We've gone on the trips. We've been able to do, coach my kids in football, do all those things, the freedom that it allowed me. But I was also very frustrated because it was difficult for most people in order to break through and actually start making money. So I want to just ask a couple of questions before I get into the compensation plan. And I want you to think about this for a second. So before this call, how many of you have been involved, exposed, or seen another direct sales or network marketing organization? Raise your hand. It doesn't matter where in the world I am, whether I'm in Malaysia or whether I'm in Mexico or Canada or the US or Europe. When I ask that question, guess what? Every single hand goes up. When I ask the next question, and that is, how many of you actually had a good experience or made money with your previous company or companies? Guess what? Probably less than 10% of the hands go up. And in my opinion, a lot of it is because of the model that companies have. The companies, and I live in the state of Utah, which is kind of the network marketing capital of the world. And what's happened is companies, the leaders come in and they make these claims and they get everybody excited and that sort of thing. But then there's the requirements. Let me just talk about the model that most companies have. Typically, you start with a big package, $300, $500, $700, $1,500 package. On top of that, it's $150 or $250 a month in order to stay active and qualified. Okay, that's one issue. That's the issue of the money you're spending to get involved and stay involved. But the bigger issue to me is, what does it take to get money coming back to us? Okay, and when you break down most models, most compensation models, typically what happens is somewhere between 25 and 40 distributors in your organization just to break even. Now, if we said that from stage, most people go, man, what are you crazy? We're not doing that. But that's reality of what's out there. And that's why it's so difficult for most people to break through. Usually it's about 30 people. Well, understand that's a 30-to-1 ratio, 30 people in your organization spending money for you to make enough just to pay for your products. So when we launched Govvi, one of the biggest things and one of our visions is we wanted to launch a better model. And literally, the better model means more people can succeed, more people can make money, and more people can change their lives. Number one, with phenomenal products that have impact in people's lives. But number two, they can literally change their lives financially forever. So I'm going to go through the compensation model very quickly. Now, if you want to go through, we have PowerPoints and we have all the different things. Go to govvi.com, go to the bottom of the page. You got a PDF file, you got PowerPoints, we got all those different things. But I'm going to run through it fairly quickly today, just kind of give you an overview of how it works. There are 7 ways you make money. First way is retail. If somebody wants to buy the product, you go out, you sell the product, you make the difference between wholesale and retail. On top of that, you make the first order bonus when they order their first product for the first order bonus. Okay, first way. Second way is the first order bonus. When you sign someone up as a promoter, now we call distributors promoters in Govvi, you make 35% of the CV of their first order. So if you sign someone up with a 70 CV order, you make $24.50. That's 35% of the 70 CV on their first order. Okay. Now, the core of the compensation plan is what's called a binary or a 2-team plan. It's where you build a left leg and a right leg. Now, the way that works is we pay out every single week. It's a weekly plan, and you make 10 to 20% of the lesser leg depending upon your rank. Okay, 10 to 20%. Now, one thing that's kind of cool is we've eliminated all the gotchas. When I was in a previous company, if I wanted to hit one of the top ranks in the company, I had to have so many legs doing so much volume and had so many of these people. It was crazy, the requirements to hit the top rank. We've lowered the requirements with Govvi, where the top rank is at actually 8,000 points in volume. That means you're a superstar. But as you're getting started, you start out at 10%. When you hit star, which is 1,000 points in volume in the lesser leg, it goes to 12% on the lesser leg of your binary. When you hit 2,000 points in volume, you're now a star maker, and you're making 15% of the lesser leg of your binary. And when you do 4,000 in volume, you're now a rock star with the company. You're making 18% of the lesser leg. And as you continue to grow, goes up to 8,000 points, you make up to 20% of the lesser leg of your binary. Now, here's the cool part. One position or one business center in Govvi will max out at $20,000 US per week. Now, that's double what most companies pay. But what that means, literally, by building 2 legs of your organization, you can make over $1 million US per year just by 2 legs. Okay. Now, on top of that, we have a 20% sponsoring bonus, matching bonus. So anyone that you personally sponsor, you make 20% of their binary check every single week. If I go out and I sponsor someone, they make $1,000 in the binary this week, I make a $200 bonus every week. Okay. 20% sponsoring bonus. On top of that, we have 4 generations of check match. Now, what that means, as you're going down, and not only people you sponsor, but people they sponsor, down to the next star maker, you make 10% of their binary checks. Now, if you've ever been involved in a generational check match organization, I want you to understand something. 4 generations of 10%. So that those generations, it's not levels, it's generations, can mean 40, 50, 60 levels of people that you're making check match on. Now, I can tell you on mature organizations, if you max out the binary at 20,000 a week, you'll make 3 to 5 times that just in the check match portion of the compensation model. Now, I want you to understand something. For the leaders, for the people who want to go out and change their lives forever financially, Govvi has one of the strongest models on the planet, period. Okay. Number one, it maxes out at 20,000 a week. We have the sponsoring bonus. We have generational check match. For those leaders, like I say, it's one of the strongest compensation models on the planet. We also have a global bonus pool that once you hit superstar, you tie into that every single week. 2% of the company volume is put into that. So for the leaders, we've got it taken care of. But I can tell you one of the biggest things that I'm excited about is when people are getting started, the biggest problem or biggest issue you've got to do is you've got to help them get from point A to point B. Point A being getting started, point B being moving into profitability. And so we have a champion bonus that I think absolutely fits that bill. And again, I'll put it up against any company out there, any compensation model out there. Now, we do have a PowerPoint and that sort of thing, but you know what? I'm going to show you on a yellow pad. And this is what I do when I do Zoom calls. I show people on a yellow pad and I point it out. And so I literally drew this up just a few minutes ago. But here's how the champion bonus works. Basically, if this is you, the first thing we ask you to do is go out, share the product, share the opportunity with 2 people. Okay. Well, if we ask you to share with 2 people, in turn, we ask them to share it with 2 people. Now you have what's called a 2x2, and there's a check paid out for $100 US. Okay. Now I know this is pretty simple, and people go, "Oh gosh, really? That's how it works." Once you've got your 2 people, the next natural thing to do is you add 1 more. So now you've personally shared the product with 3 people. You help those 3 people get 3 people. Now there's a check paid out for $300 US. Now all of these people fall in the binary in the left side or the right side. And understand something, these are monthly checks. They're not a one-time bonus. As you continue to grow your organization, you've got your 3 people. The next natural thing, you add 1 more. Uno más in Spanish, it's add 1 more. So now you've personally shared the product, shared the opportunity with 4 people. You help those 4 people get 4 people. And now there's a check paid out for $500 US, plus the first order bonus, plus the binary, plus the check match, plus the sponsoring bonus. So it's much more than 500. And it continues to grow like that until you've personally shared the product, shared the opportunity with 5 people. You help those 5 people get 5 people. Now there's a check paid out for 700 US dollars. Now with the other bonuses, that's almost 1,000 US dollars, guys. So here's the deal. We can literally show people with a team or a group or an organization of 20 to 30 people on their team, in their organization, they're making $500 to $1,000 a month. Do you understand the power of what I just said? 80% of the population of the world make less than 1,000 US dollars per month. We can show them by building a team of 20 or a team of 30 how they're making $500 to $1,000 a month, just getting started in the business. As you go out and you teach others to do nothing more than this is kind of the duplication model of Govvi. We teach people how to make $500 to $1,000 a month. You teach about 10 people to do that in your lesser leg of your binary leg, you're a superstar with the company making a six-figure income. So we've tried to keep it very simple. I mean, literally what I've been explaining this has been 8 minutes now. We've tried to keep it simple. We've tried to keep it pretty straightforward, but we wanted to create a better model where more people could succeed. So with that, guys, welcome to Govvi. We're excited to have you. We're excited to be here. I'm going to turn the time back to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Kenny Lloyd, and let him bring it home for us.
So I want to say, Bert, thank you very much, man, for what you did. I mean, because you kept it very simple, and anybody in this industry knows that you get 25 people to 30 people, and a lot of people get 25 to 30 people in their organizations, and they don't make that kind of money. But here, you get 25 to 30 people in your organization, you're making $500 to $1,000 a month, and I'm gonna tell you that makes a big difference. Also, I'm going to close it out, but I didn't show you everything. I want to say something for last when I came back. You know, we have another product that is great, especially during these economic times. Rocky, would you put it up for me? Because we have a product that helps get you greater mileage in your vehicle. We have a fuel tablets, and all you do is put a tab in your tank, and what it does is helps clean up the emissions, and it gives you greater mileage on your car. You can put it in regular, premium, no matter what kind of vehicle you have. And I'm very happy about that product because, listen, right now, when you look at gas prices, man, if you can get a lot more mileage for a full tank than you do with the tab, than you do without it, man, that's a benefit. Also, another thing that got me when I looked at joining was we were looking for a company that can give us international expansion. Thank you, Rocky. You can take that down and put the map up. And international expansion was very important to me because I had contacts in different countries like South America and Africa, in Europe and Asia, and France. I had contacts that I did business with that I couldn't do business with because we were not ready yet. We hadn't been in business long enough to get a merchant to take us that allowed us to do business overseas. Well, that's cured because right now, at this moment, we're talking to people and reestablishing relationships with people in these countries. So we are an international company now, and that is just huge. So I want to say this to you all. We spent a little time together. You've heard the facts. You heard the comp plan from Bert. Dr. Grace, she graced us with an explanation about the products, man. And, you got a chance to hear all of the facts. I hope this is enough facts to make an educated decision. So what I want to suggest, get back with the person that invited you to this Zoom. And I hope that you enjoyed this conversation because that's what it's really been. But get back with the person that invited you and with any questions you have and find out from them how you can actually begin the journey, how you can, because you're not just joining a company, you're starting a business. And in this day and time, you got to have another source of income. These times are just crazy. They've become unpredictable. People are losing their jobs. At the highest rate in the last 4 years. And you got to have something going on the side, and don't wait until it's too late. And it's too late once you lose your job, because then you're scrambling. You don't wait. You do it now. And this could be a source of income, a passive source of income that you can earn from your home, from the comfort of your home, online. So thank you all very much. And I look forward to you all joining the pack. Having said that, I bid you good day.